Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. It's me, John, and folks, I have good news for you all. Days Gone is out, so we don't gotta hear about it anymore.
Well, we gotta hear about it, but just for like a couple of days before everyone's sick of hearing about it.
I've only been hearing about it, is the thing.
Yeah.
Really? I can't escape it.
Soon, our long national nightmare will be over.
The national nightmare of Bend, Oregon.
Yeah. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. Let me tell you. First, let's go around the table here. Scott, you're here.
Welcome to Chu-Chen Game.
Solon, you're here.
Welcome to Chu-Chen Game.
Zach, you're here.
Welcome to Chooch Endgame.
And yeah, we're going to talk about all the timely stuff. We're going to talk about Days Gone. We're going to talk about Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what else is popular these days. Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about Game of Thrones.
I don't think anyone here has anyone here seen Endgame yet. No.
What do you? I mean, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you have seen it?
I got that early screening.
Yeah, of course.
That exclusive Chooch. I was speaking to the audience actually. I was asking if any of them have seen Endgame yet, because like we got that
we
early screening for the staff.
It was really
Absolutely.
How many points did you get in your death pool?
My Deadpool?
Yeah, your Deadpool. How many points did you get in your Deadpool?
I got a lot of points when he showed up on screen and shot Thank You with a gun.
I got 69 points.
Whoa.
Ooh.
It's real fucking funny.
I got 69 points too, weirdly.
What?
Probably because we watched the same movie.
I heard some theaters got 420 points.
This is bullshit.
Ooh. Folks, I am so excited. We're going to talk about all the popular shit this week. Like, you know, this is the weekend where everyone dies, right?
Yay!
Like everyone's gonna die.
I love it when that happens.
I don't even know if people are gonna. I don't know who dies in Endgame. This is not a spoiler. It's just everyone expects deaths to occur. So you know, whatever.
I die.
Oh shit, Zach, you died in Avengers?
Yeah, this is my insider info. Keep an eye out. I'll be on screen, and I will die.
Oh shit!
You're gonna be dressed in a Deadpool costume.
I'm gonna be dressed in a Deadpool costume. They tried very hard to get me out of the shot, but I managed to sneak in at a key moment. Keep eagle-eyed viewers will catch it.
There's a scene where it shows San Diego Comic-Con, like right when the snap happens, and just like a bunch of Deadpool cosplayers vanish, and everyone's just, oh, thank God.
It pans around and no one vanishes except Deadpool cosplayers. Like it's every single one, but no one else.
There's just a bunch of like boom boxes laying around playing Peanut Butter Jelly Time. And
Fucking Christ.
everyone just starts cheering and crying. Like, we're free.
Thank you, Thanos.
I can't believe Thank You is really the good guy.
Hey,
I can't believe that. Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanky, yeah, Thanky's out there. He's helping us out. He's clapping his hands and startling everybody. That's what he did. He clapped his hands really loud, and everyone went, "Oh, that scared me."
And then all the Deadpools died.
That's it.
Thank you, Thankos.
Thanks,
Thankos.
Hey, John. Before we get into the news, can we say the big news first?
Maybe. I'm not sure exactly which news you're talking about, but I mean,
The fucking
sure.
Panel, dude.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, the news for us.
The big news.
The Chooch
the
stuff.
important
Yeah,
news
pointing at
everyone
me.
wants to hear.
Fuck the rest of
The us one.
If you listen to one thing on this podcast today, it's this one. This is the only important thing. And the bit about Thanos earlier.
Yeah, you gotta listen
Yeah,
to that.
the thank you riff, and then this. Alright. So we actually have some very good news. As was previously announced, Chooch is going to be at CEO this year. CEO in Daytona Beach, Florida. That is the last weekend in June. So if you do want to come down there, we were always going to be there, but not only are we going to be there just hanging out, we got confirmed for a panel this year. So far, we know for a fact that I'm going to be there and Zach's going to be there. We're still, kind of figuring out who else is going to be there. Scott, I know you said you were going to try,
Yeah, there's a higher than non-zero chance that I'm going to be there.
2.
Okay.
A 2% chance.
2. A solid 2.
A solid 2.
But, yeah, if you need another reason to go hang out at CEO, we're going to have a panel. So this is going to be the first time that Video Game Choo Choo has ever done some kind of live thing. We're going to try to record it. We're going to try to do our best to do that. We're still kind of coming up with ideas for what we're going to do. It will be recorded in some shape or form. I don't know if we're going to tape it if we can tape it, we'll absolutely do that. We will definitely record it so we can put it up as like a podcast or something.
If you're in the Daytona area, you'll see it on public access. That'll be actually the only way you can see it.
I kind of wish you were telling the truth, because that would be kind of great.
Good.
But no, it's just going to be it's going to be a nice, fun thing, and I don't know how many people are going to be there. Like,
a lot.
I already know that a couple of people. I mean,
Full house.
I want there to be a lot.
There's a
that
lot
would be cool.
coming, John.
Well, we've got surprises too along the way.
have
Who's going to be like on the panel?
It's true.
Yeah,
We got surprises. The surprise is I will be in my Deadpool costume from Avengers
No
Endgame.
spoilers.
I mean, there's
Don't
more than one
spoil
surprise.
Endgame.
The other surprise is I'm not going to smell very good in it.
Is that a surprise?
That's not a surprise at all. Deadpool costumes come pre-stinky.
yeah. I was gonna say like you can buy a perfectly brand new Deadpool costume. You can step directly out of a shower and then you put the Deadpool costume on and immediately you smell awful.
Anyway, if you like that, then come on down to CEO for the Zach and John Memorial Panel Royal.
Rest in peace.
I'm gonna drop kick John live on stage. Don't miss it.
Also, Zach, don't miss it.
Because
Yeah, I probably will. I've never drop kicked anyone, and I don't plan on doing it between now and then. It's going to be a totally new experience. It's going to be great. I'm going to hurt myself. I'm going to hurt John. Someone in the audience is probably going to get hurt. It's great.
Doing it live. I mean, unlike this
Live.
show, but live.
Liver.
the first 2 rows are going to be like a splash zone where it's just going to be like our bodies falling all over the place, just like in crumpled heaps.
The Deadpool stink zone if you're like 2 rows in.
Some real smell-o-vision.
You can get stinky.
Oh, that's gross. That sucks.
We're gonna send out scratch and sniffs to everyone in the Discord so you can go watch the video, and then when Zach comes out in the Deadpool outfit, you have to scratch it, and that smells like garbage.
Oh, that's horrible.
Just labeled.
It sure is.
It's just labeled melee.
God
We'll
damn.
have one that smells like gamer goo, because you know
yeah.
gamer goo is gonna be there.
Oh,
You know it.
Shit, can we get Gamer Goo?
Them on the panel.
I bet we could get Gamer Goo. Like, no lie.
They could.
I'm
they
going to
could
be loaded up on so much gamer goo.
They could throw out jerky into the audience.
Fuck. Alright, yeah, let's talk about this after the show. I'll send some emails, alright? We'll handle
I'll
this
hit
later.
up Gamer Goo's Twitter DMs again. I don't care.
I mean, I won't say no. I mean, you're more familiar with them.
Yeah, we built a rapport.
I accidentally called them like disgusting drool or something in that one video.
You did.
And
then I you not only said it, but I kept it in the video, and then I called back to it at the end. So it's there twice. I made sure they knew how you really feel.
I legitimately don't think it's bad.
No,
it's
it's
just like a
cool.
little antiperspirant thing. It's fun.
It's a very cool product. We love you, Gamer Goo. We just like to make fun of
Yeah,
you because you
Gamer Goo.
got a fun name. It's fun to riff on.
All right. But yeah, so we don't know the exact day and time yet. We will absolutely update y'all once we find that out. But yeah, it's that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the last 3 days of June. So, consider coming down and supporting us. We're gonna have a real fun time that whole weekend. and we'll have a panel.
Oh my
So
god.
that'll be the first. You will be there if you end up there. You will be there making history. This will be the first Chooch live thing. So this is history in the
with
making.
many more to come.
Absolutely. And I'm going to be running a Melty Blood set in the audience.
Yeah.
No, what?
So
Even if you didn't say that, that would be happening.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
if like that just happens.
someone bring me a laptop. I'll provide one of the 15 flash drives in my house with Melty Blood on it.
I'll bring a
We're gonna
toilet just for the genuine experience.
I'm trying to imagine that you're the tournament organizer for this, so you're in front of the panel and someone keeps walking up to you behind the panel to whisper the match finishes so you can log in on the laptop.
Yeah.
We need results.
Solid,
Yeah,
you're just explaining how Melty Blood tournaments work. That's the thing.
Every Melty Blood tournament is also taking place during the TO's podcast recording.
Yeah. Probably in the
Oh,
bathroom, maybe in the
Yeah.
parking lot. Wherever they can set up a laptop. That's what matters.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And I will say this. I can't promise that we won't watch at least one bad YouTube video, but we will. It will not be the entire panel. So this will not just be the side tube. We will have other things other than watching the Piss Challenge or Cyber Night or whatever.
Shit.
There will be other things.
Do you think we could get away with a full duel?
I do not think so. I think we would get shut down if we tried to watch an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Those videos are too raw.
Oh man.
Some raw videos. All right. Well, yeah, that's the big site news. I'm really happy about that. I'm give ourselves a little pat on the back there for finally making it. But yeah, I guess we can get going. To some, I will say there's some wild shit this week. There's some sad shit this week. This is a week of multitudes.
Biblical.
So how should we start this off?
Just
here?
throw it to anyone, baby.
You could throw it to
Zach.
Hungry Box.
Yeah. Speaking of
Oh my
throwing
God.
things and fighting
Yeah,
game tournaments.
Zach.
I want to
Zach, let
I
him-
want to start with this one because I want to talk about it so
Yeah,
bad.
go for it, baby.
Please do.
So last week, somewhere around last week, during a tournament, a Super Smash Brothers Melee tournament, it was Grand Finals. Hungry Box wins Grand Finals at this tournament, and someone throws a crab at him on stage.
Fair.
Yeah.
Normal.
Someone, it is not an alive crab. Which that would have when I heard about this, I thought it was a live someone threw a live fucking crab at Hungry Box.
But it is a
no.
real crab.
It is a real fucking crab. Someone threw a real fucking dead a crab you would cook with at Hungry Box on stage after he wins Grand Finals at this tournament. The name of it is escaping me at the moment. Pound is apparently what it is called.
Which the mechanics of this are buck wild.
The mechanics?
Just the idea of someone stealthily coming in with their crab,
With the
getting
crab,
ready,
yeah.
wanting their precise moment to happen, and then they get to the Melee Grand Finals. There's Hungry Box up there. He's winning. He's doing great. The game is over. He is not interrupting anything. Then crab.
Right. It's this person's coming into here with a crab on them, and if Hungry Box doesn't win this whole thing, then he's just going to be a crab man. He's just going to walk away being the crab guy.
He just has a crab.
Yeah, I think that's the important
Because
thing.
this was specifically in response to Hungry Box because
Yes.
I don't pay attention to Melee, but I did see some people tweeting a lot of people hate Hungry Box because they feel like he's been killing Melee.
Yeah.
You know what? I've said it a couple of times. I don't need to say it again. Just you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll say it. Maybe Melee dying is a good thing.
Yeah.
fair.
He's also he's notoriously kind of a jerk. That this is just hearsay.
Oh no, Hungry Box is also a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
A little bit of a
it's
crusty
just-
crustacean.
it's just the crab itself is what really gets me.
Yeah.
Like, why if someone threw like their lunch at Hungrybox, sure. If someone threw like their drink or like something that would make sense, but they throw a crab at Hungrybox. This is an ingredient. They have a crab on this. They brought this specifically.
Yeah, it had to have been extremely pre-planned, because I cannot, for the life of me, I cannot imagine a scenario where you come across a crab in the wild while at this fighting game tournament and being like, you know what would be funny?
It's just astounding.
What if it wasn't a premeditated crabbing?
That's the thing, though. It just doesn't make sense.
What if they were going to throw this crab at, like, whoever won? Like, they were like, this is my tournament, this is my home. I want this whole night to be punctuated by a dead crab on the stage.
Like, even so, that is still premeditated in the sense that you have planned ahead of time to throw this crab.
Why a crab? I can't wrap my head around it.
Are they in Maine?
No, there's. I mean, like, I can't think of a possible reasoning. Like, there's no deeper joke from what I can tell. It's just a crab. They just throw a fucking crab at Hungrybox. I don't get it. Why a crab? Anyways, that person's a hero. They've been permanently banned from all Pound tournaments. By the way,
Pound does take place in Maryland.
Oh, see? They could have just had a crab. It may not have been premeditated at all. It could have just been at the fucking...
That's not
they had
how
the concessions.
Works, Solid.
They just had it concessions.
That's not how Maryland works.
they're just mad about this Florida boy coming in and taking their Maryland trophy. So it's like, I'm gonna show you a taste of Maryland. Here's a crab. Boom, here's a crab. This is a Maryland accent. Why a crab?
A celebratory, crabbing at Pound 2019.
It was a good thing. They were doing that to celebrate. They're like, here's a free crab, Hungrybox, on the house.
People throw flowers on stage. People throw, things that represent their cultures.
Yeah, in Maryland,
Streamers.
crab.
God. Yeah, I mean, I definitely saw some people, I don't know. I understand that, people shouldn't be doing this kind of stuff at events.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
There's a point where it's awful, but also, it was really funny seeing Hungrybox.
So funny.
The crab didn't even hit him.
No.
It was very funny just seeing Hungrybox, standing up, start yelling at this guy, and just start, going, do you know how hard I work? Do you know how hard I work to get here? And just being like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I think that's the other thing, is if, that crab, was intentionally aimed and thrown directly at him, this would be a completely different story of, someone, inciting violence against a player. Where instead this is, someone threw a fucking crab, and it's silly as hell.
He did say it barely missed his head, so it is.
I have watched the video; it was nowhere near him.
That is also true. Yeah, you do see it, which is fun. You do get a glimpse of the crab, which I love.
There's a lot of videos of him just holding up a crab, going, "Who threw this?"
like an angry substitute teacher. Who threw this crab? I'm gonna call your parents. Oh man.
God.
Anyway,
we are all going to be on our best behavior at CEO. Don't worry.
Please, if you bring anything, any kind of food to throw at us, make it delicious.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can throw crab at me, but please make it in the form of
Ooh,
sushi or crab rangoons.
That'd be all right.
You can throw a crab at me, throw a gift card to Red Lobster at me, maybe. I don't know.
Red Crabster.
I won't say no to that.
I keep watching this video. I don't get what part of this isn't celebratory. If I were winning grand finals in a Melee tournament and a crab got thrown on stage, I would lift that thing in the air and be like, we did this.
This is my trophy.
This is for you.
If it were anyone cool, that would have happened. But it was Hungrybox.
But it's
because it's Hungrybox, you can predict the inevitability of Hungrybox seeing a crab thrown at him and absolutely losing his mind and getting so angry.
He is so hard.
He is completely on stream this entire clip, and there's no crab anywhere else on the street. Like, it slid towards him, maybe menacingly.
It was thrown up in the air, but it it lands nowhere near him.
What's the science on the arc of this crab toss?
It from the angle I saw, it was like thrown up in the air, and then like it landed like a few feet away from him to the right.
Can we myth bust to see if this was like an overhand throw or like an underhand throw?
I would guess it was it was underhand.
It's a pretty wimpy crab toss. If you're gonna throw something at Hungry Box, make it count. Okay, don't. I redact that statement immediately. By the way, please don't assault strangers.
Whoever edits that, don't censor that. Let him know. Let him know how Zach feels.
Please do not throw things at strangers unless they are like bad people. He's just like an asshole.
Yeah.
He's not a terrible person. He's just kind of a jerk.
There were bad people on that stage too.
There were bad people on that stage as well.
But we don't need to talk about them because fuck them.
What we do need to talk about is if you're going to throw something at a jerk like that, who's not a terrible person but a jerk, do what the crab guy did, throw it underhand. So it's just a gentle toss. Mm-hmm. It's more about the message and not the impact.
Yeah, and make sure it doesn't like hit them on the shoulder or anything. It just like lands not gently on the ground because it made a thud, like a good loud thud.
It's you know how heavy crabs are. Like they're
heavy,
not,
and they
heavy.
are solid. Well, the outside is solid. The inside is delicious.
Yeah, the inside is crab.
Soft and tasty.
One more thing about Hungry Box, just because I'm thinking about it and just like talking about Hungry Box's personality. Two of my friends saw him in a diner once in Florida, and one of the friends who was into fighting games was like, "I think that's Hungry Box," and my other friend was like, "Who's that?" And he was sitting back to back with Hungry Box, and Hungry Box was visibly pissed. So that's my fun little Hungry Box anecdote.
That's good.
You think he was eating crabs?
I mean,
not anymore.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, Scott, what's up with you? It's been a hot minute since you've been on. What's up?
I haven't played anything new. What have I played?
Me either. It's fine.
What have I? I played Sekiro. I played Sekiro Shadows Die twice. I bet there's been a lot of Sekiro talk on the pod. Like, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good-ass game. I love that game. It's real good. I'll say real quickly about Sekiro. I've heard, like, a lot of people play it, and I've seen them play it, like, extremely defensively, and then they're like, oh, this game is, like, it's so tedious, and it's like, you're playing it wrong. You gotta attack in between your defense. You gotta do, like, a back and forth. You gotta, like, land 3 hits, and then they deflect you, and then you deflect their 3 hits, and then you go back on the offensive, and then you find your opening, and you get a big shot in, and it feels great. Sekiro rules. I love that game. Play it. It's good.
Sounds like you've tapped into the samurai will.
Yeah. I have a true ninja spirit. Yeah, I've put on my headband and I feel like a shinobi.
Excellent. You're a true Hokage.
Yeah. Well.
This is Chuchigatari now.
I did beat the game, so yes.
Nice.
It's a good game. Other than that, like I haven't been playing that much. I have watched a comedy show on Netflix called why am I blanking on the name right now? It's called I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson. I think it's like easily one of the funniest things I've ever watched. I fucking love Soda Milk. I champion Soda Milk. I think Soda Milk is incredible. I think You Should Leave is like on par with that.
Holy shit.
It's so extremely funny. Like, full disclosure, I'm friends with someone who was, like, an executive producer's assistant that was on the show, and that's actually, like, how I got tuned into it. But I'm, like, genuinely in love with it. It is... I've, like, watched it... I've, like, begun a second watch of it already. And it's still funny. It's a sketch comedy show headed by Tim Robinson, who, He's done a lot of things here and there. He was Second City guy. He did SNL for a bit. The only other show he's co-created so far was called Detroiters with Sam Richardson, which was on Comedy Central a few years ago. And this is like his first His first like not solo, obviously, because he worked with a whole group of people, but it's like his vision, his like directed vision. It was also produced by The Lonely Island. I think you should leave.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Like there's a running theme throughout the show of like social faux pas of someone like fucking up in a social setting, but the comedy comes from them taking it to like the extremes that you might feel as someone in that position and like absolutely flipping out in your head while everything else is totally normal around you. So it's this like explosion of really ridiculous shit happening from very ordinary premises. There's also some that are like absolutely ridiculous that are like good in their own way. But it's really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. There's a clip going around right now on Twitter of one of the sketches that I think is worth watching. It's not my favorite sketch on the show, but I think it highlights what the show is. It's three women who got a picture of each other at lunch together, and they're like posting on Instagram, and the first one's like, just hanging out with these idiots, haha, I love them. And then like, the other one's like, same similar thing. And then the third one's like, hanging out with these fucking shitbags who I fucking hate so much. And it just like keeps going like that. It's really good. I'm genuinely enjoying it a lot. The episodes are like less than 20 minutes each, and there's only 6 of them. So you can get through it in like an hour and a half. It's really it's so worth watching. It's also got a bunch of really great cameos from a bunch of like bigger name stars. Will Forte has a really great bit in it. Fuck, I'm blanking on names now. There's another really good sketch of Tim Heidecker that is like, I don't want to explain any of the sketches because like part of the comedy is obviously like watching it yourself and seeing how it unfolds, but like they have like a bunch of big names that they've managed to like write sketches for that absolutely fit the kind of performance that they would do. Like,
oh, that's good.
Like it feels like the kind of sketch Tim Heidecker would do if he was like writing it himself. It's really good. I highly recommend it.
You said it's similar to Soda Milk in any way that is like anything that like someone can compare to fucking Soda Milk, I'm immediately sold because I legitimately believe Soda Milk is the greatest piece of media ever. Probably.
I think you'll like it.
Yeah, that sounds really good, especially because I fucking love seeing Tim Heidecker be Tim Heidecker.
Right. It's definitely a lot more respectful of your time than Soda Milk. Because it's largely like very punchy sketch comedy. But
right.
It's really good. That's what I have to say on I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson.
Alright, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Sounds like a cool game.
It's
I'm gonna TiVo
a great
right
game.
now.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see here. Alright, so, there was some announcements, this week. Some really weird, surprising announcements, with regards to the Persona franchise. So, we got Joker and Smash last week, and that was just good. No question about it, just good. Very fun character, really great representation of the franchise, just fun. So, this week, there was that Persona live concert that happened over in Japan, and on the first day of it, they announced the new version of Persona 5 called Persona 5 The Royal. It's basically what Persona 5's Persona 4 The Golden is. Like, it's not a full-on remake, but they are tightening all the screws, they're adding a lot of new stuff, they're adding new characters. The two big new characters are, there is a new Phantom Thief named Kazumi Yoshizawa, who, she was basically the character that everyone thought was the female main character, which is kind of surprising that she isn't. It's still kind of stupid that they've only done that once. But she's going to be a new Phantom Thief, and she has like a costume that looks a lot like Joker's. Like, she has it's like a black outfit with the red gloves, and it's surprising that she is not playable. And then the other character that they're adding is as a school counselor that comes to the school after the events of the first chapter. His name is Takuto Maruki, and he's going to be a new confidant. So that's another character that you can get to know. They are adding a whole new location that you can explore and do activities in. And there will also be a whole nother semester added to the game. So there will be a whole lot more time to actually get to know characters. And hopefully Haru won't just be a slapped-in character that just floats in and then floats out. Because they did her dirty. They did her real dirty. I definitely understand that a lot of people are not too keen on Atlas stuff recently, and I get that.
Understandably, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that, they're probably not going to take anything... Even though Persona 5 had, like, only a few scenes that were shitty, they're not going to take that out. They're probably going to leave it in. And there's always the chance that they're going to add more in, because who knows if the director worked on this one. Atlas still has a lot to account for. And I mean, hell, this game is still a game set in a high school, and the new girl is not wearing pants in her Phantom Thief outfit, so, it's probably not going to get much better.
It's Atlas.
At least not yet.
Yeah, it's really hard to reconcile like a new Persona 5 thing coming when we've heard about everything that's happening with the new Catherine game, and it sounds fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Atlas.
Again, I understand, but the very weird thing about this is that they only announced this for PS4. So all that time, everyone was wondering, okay, but what's Persona 5S? Everyone was thinking that Persona 5S was going to be the Switch version of Persona 5, and that is technically true.
It's a fun little bait and switch, no pun intended.
Oh, Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
Yeah, so, instead of being a port of Persona 5 to Switch, it is a new game called Persona 5 Scramble: The Phantom Strikers, which is a Musou game by Koei Tecmo.
Oh, big switch. That's entirely different.
The Switch Persona 5 game everyone wants.
Yeah, more Hyrule Warriors.
It is coming to Switch and also PS4. It seems like it's just going to be a Musou game like all the other ones are.
And I don't want to rag on them too hard, because some people like really legitimately love those games a lot. Like,
they're sweet.
I see the value in them, but like the kind of mindless stuff that you do in them is just not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hearing that is just like great for Tecmo Koei and not really anyone else.
Yeah, it's like
how is this going to be different from Hyrule Warriors? Is I guess the consumer question.
Exactly. Yeah.
The answer is it's not going to be as in depth as Hyrule Warriors, because Hyrule Warriors is the most in depth game they've ever made.
That's so funny, honestly.
Yeah. Like, Hyrule Warriors actually has like an incredible amount of content, and it's, if you, like, other than the mashy gameplay, it is still a very deep, very rewarding game, and if you can get past that mashy aspect, there's a lot to it, but they haven't done anything at that scale ever again, because, hey, that was a really big game, and also they added DLC onto the original release, which was the Wii U game, and then they put it out on Switch, and then they, like, added more DLC to the Switch version, so, like, that's almost like 2.5 games worth of content right there that they just kept building upon.
Yeah.
And they're not going to do that again. You know,
No.
like they did Fire Emblem Warriors, and that was like, you know, a normal Muso's amount of content, and everyone was like, oh, I don't actually like this because it's not as much stuff as Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess keep that in mind if you're going to buy this, but this does seem like some kind of, like, a retelling of Persona 5, but just as a Muso. I guess there is some new character at the end of the trailer, but who knows who the hell that is. I don't know.
I'm just like,
It's a weird thing.
thinking about all the layers to how you can get persona specific content in all this. And so there's like people in this live audience who are like seeing this live production of like an advertisement for new Persona stuff, and they're getting excited, and like there's got to be like 30 people in that crowd that are like, a Muso game, yes. I came to this electro rave concert based on a video game that has synergy with some rhythm games that I might also own or might not, and now we're doing some Muso Warriors game. Great.
Yeah,
It's weird.
It's such a strange decision. Like, I see the value in those games, and I think they're pretty cool. Like, I like them. I like Hyrule Warriors the most, obviously, because, like you said, it's the most in depth out of all of them. But like, I don't understand how that company stays afloat, honestly, because like I don't think it's a very big audience.
It is a big audience. A lot of people buy those games.
Yeah.
Really? Well,
I know it's a big
then?
audience. It's just like weirdly wide how far of a net they can throw and how quickly they've really done all of this.
Yeah.
Just for Persona 5 too.
Also, I don't know if y'all know this. They are actually helping make the new Fire Emblem.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like the new mainline tactical Fire Emblem. Like it's not going to be a Muso, but they are helping make it for some reason.
That's
which
weird, and like I mean that's kind of cool, I guess. I wonder if there will be any of that Muso DNA in it.
There is, in the sense that like instead of you know how old Fire Emblem games were just like the pulled back top-down map view, and then you move around, and well, in this one you actually see like an entire battle happening in front of you, and you're still controlling those like specific characters, but there are like still going to be like other soldiers like battling around you.
Okay, so it's got the Muso DNA in like the visuals.
Yeah,
like it feels like a big fucking battle, but it's still a turn-based strategy game. That's actually kind of sick. Yeah. That's actually one of the things I don't like about turn-based strategy games is like how it sort of pulls me out of it, the way it just like this is supposed to be like a grand battle, but we're moving in turns and nothing's happening between those turns.
Hey, you know I love The Last Remnant.
I don't.
Oh boy,
I don't love that game. That game is exactly what we just described. By the way,
but bad.
It's as good as it could have been.
That's great.
But right when you said that, it made perfect sense. I was like, oh yeah, no, that engine whips. Like, everything that happens in the Hyrule Warriors game and what's probably going to happen in this Persona game, you could apply that to Fire Emblem. That makes perfect sense. If I were like Nintendo, I'd be like, hey Koei Tecmo, could we have your engine?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have confirmed that both of those games are coming out over here. I don't think they said anything about when the Muso's coming out, but they did say that the Royal would be out next year, because I guess it's coming out in October in Japan, so they need time to translate all that new content.
Ah, of course.
So, yeah. Uh-huh.
Can we roll this back like a couple minutes about this Persona stuff? Because was one of those selling points that they added an NPC?
Yeah,
like the school counselor. Like, I don't know what kind of schooling you all had, but like, to be fair, if they added another school counselor to my school that I work at, that would be huge, and we'd all be ecstatic, and they'd be celebrating in the streets for that. An NPC in an RPG, though.
Have you played Persona games before?
Is that a main character kind of thing? Is there a core
Sort of. It's like a side route of like a whole lot of shit, basically.
Yeah. It's a new facet of the game. Like a big thing that Persona does is that you choose what you want to spend your time on, and one of the things that you can do is you can spend time with specific people. and as you spend time with them, your relationship grows with them, and then both they will assist you in some way. Like, for example, there's a doctor lady that you can hang out with in Persona 5, and as you get closer to her, she can give you like better like medicines and better buffs for when you go into battle. But also, as you get to know her, she is the Death Arcana. So all of the personas that are tied to the Death Arcana, or if you like make a persona that is the Death Arcana, will be more powerful.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
you
that sounds
want
really
to-
cool then. Okay.
Yeah, like that's the stuff. Like, I love so much of the Persona games. Like, I am it feels like wrong to say this these days because like it's. And I completely understand why it is. Like, I am a big Persona fan. I do not condone any of the shitty stuff about it.
Yeah, totally.
But, like, all the good stuff in Persona is so fucking good.
That
and
does
it would
sound
be
really incredible.
Yeah.
It would be so easy to fix, but it's just like the people that are in charge of it are just assholes, and they'd rather crack jokes about the existence of LGBT people and think that writing a story where the first chapter is this like well-written thing about not sexualizing underage girls, and then immediately afterwards put that same girl in a sexy panther outfit, and for the rest of the game everyone's horny for her and they expect you to be horny for her, and it's just like, I'm 20-something years old. I shouldn't be thinking about this. Like, you shouldn't be putting this in front of me. Like, you know, and you can date your teacher in that game. Like,
Sure can.
It's not. You shouldn't. It's so hypocritical, and it is extremely frustrating. And
Yeah.
it would be so easy to just not do that.
What fucking
Sure would.
sucks about those games is how often they'll get something totally right, and then like so many things just absolutely wrong. Like I came in with Persona 4, and that game has like a really genuinely great storyline with Kanji, who's like this big old. He's a big old tough dude.
I was gonna bring this one up. This is my point too.
His weapon in combat is a steel chair. Like,
That's
this
sweet.
this dude kicks ass, and his whole storyline is like him like coming to terms with the fact that he might not be straight, and that's like a genuinely really good and touching storyline. And then they absolutely fuck it with Naoto.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much you know about Persona 4, but there's another main character in your party named Naoto, who when they're revealed, like, they are presenting as a man, and like they like, you know, make no auspices about the fact that they are a man. And then, like, over the course of you playing the game and finding out their story, because each of the dungeons is like a personal story about each character, you find out, oh no, Naoto's not a man. She's a girl. And then, like,
Really scary.
yeah, it's not good. And then the other aspect of it is, like, the person that, like, Kanji is, like, who's, like, been discovering his feelings for and why he's so conflicted is Naoto. So,
Yeah.
so it's this kind of thing where it's, like, this character who has this really great story about, like, coming out as gay is like, oh, guess what? It was all hetero all along.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so
like
fucking
the story
bad.
of Naoto was like you could tell that they were trying to do some kind of story about, like, because the quote unquote reason why Naoto is like pretending to be a guy is because Naoto is a detective and they want to be accepted by like the other police, because they were like, oh well, when I was presenting as female, I was not getting respected, but as soon as I started to present as male, they started to listen to me. And there is a point to that, but like everything surrounding it is just it's handled so poorly.
Yeah.
Like, you can have a conversation about, hey, you know, maybe we should respect women in the workplace and not bring up all this bad gender politics instead, because it's just it's sloppy and it's not right, and there's still so much argument over all of this, and it's so frustrating that, you know, like, what should be just a really smart, really good game, a really progressive game, just you know, flops because they don't care.
There's also the fucking Yosuke stuff in that game where he's like, he is like wicked homophobic in it. And then like apparently there was cut content where you would have found out that not only was he like, you know, maybe grappling with the fact that he might not be straight either, but also that like he had a crush on you and he could become a romance option. And then that just never got into the game.
Yeah, of course not, because Atlas is not very good at what they do.
And it
got so far into development that there is English voice lines of him confessing to you.
Yeah.
It's
you being the
wild.
protagonist of the game.
Yeah, but his name
you.
is also you, is the thing.
Yeah, why you?
Yeah.
It's like what goes wrong is very frustrating because it would be very easy for them to just knock it out of the park consistently.
Yeah,
and they
100%.
just don't.
Yeah, that's why I can't play Atlas games because I'm just totally soured on them.
Yeah.
Plus I don't have like 100 fucking hours of my life to devote to Persona 5 and like just bare bones beating it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this like the Royal seems like it's adding a shit ton of content. So hey, if you don't have 100+ hours, this will probably end up being like 200 hours or some shit.
Yeah.
So
Fuck that noise.
Yeah.
I mean, the Golden was like that too. Or not the Golden, it was just Golden.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, hey, you know, Persona 4 is this fucking cool-ass game. We made more of it. Here's more.
Thanks, I guess.
And I mean the stuff they added was for the most part really good.
Yeah.
Like there was one little bit that they added that was shitty, but like most of it was really fucking good.
Yeah.
We've glossed over a point for P5R, by the way. Morgana has a human form now.
Oh my god.
Fuck off.
That is true, yeah. Morgana's a man in this, and he's gonna have a man penis that he's gonna talk about a lot.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, Teddy, the mascot, which one was Teddy a mascot in? 4?
4.
Yeah. The horrible mascot in Persona 4 also was secretly, or like turns into a person or some shit. Now Persona 5 has that with Morgana, and he's gonna be fucking horny on main all day, and it's gonna suck ass. It's gonna be great. Everyone's gonna think it's really funny, and no one's gonna hate it.
I'm gonna be honest, I personally thought that Teddy was worse than Morgana. I felt like a lot of people were... Like, Morgana was a little annoying, but I was just like, alright, whatever. Because I just remember Teddy, and I remember Teddy was a lot worse. But now I feel like Atlas is just, like, trying to call my bluff and being like, alright, you didn't think that Morgana was that bad, huh?
Yeah, literally. That's what it feels like. They're like, alright, well, if you didn't hate him before, now's your fucking chance.
So, in the game, Morgana is the cat that...
The cat.
Yeah, does he talk, like, horny to all the girls in the cast or something?
No, he just has a crush on who's the blonde girl, and like he's just kind of like at least in the original game he's just kind of like my lady, like he's just like always trying to kiss up to her and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Teddy was very horny.
Yeah, Teddy was more horny. The problem with Morgana and On is On is the character we talked about earlier who has the, like, her storyline is, like, she doesn't want to be depicted as a sex symbol, and then she gets the horny panther outfit. So, like, adding and making the mascot character, who at this point is traditionally horny, be affectionate towards the character who has issues of being seen as a sex symbol. It sort of comes off as, like, especially since this is after they put her in the Panther outfit, it's like, oh, cool, now Morgana's horny for the character whose whole storyline was about don't be horny for her because she's a teenager.
Okay, yeah, no, I could see the mental calculus floating around my head being like, I don't know if I can trust Atlas to write themselves out of the corner they've obviously put themselves in. Exactly.
Like, it's not that bad yet, but it probably will be.
Right.
Because he's a person with a person dick that he's gonna talk about. He looks fucking weird, by the way. Some people are like, human Morgana's a bishy boy.
It's like your DMs.
He has. So I was trying to figure out like what looked so weird about him with my boyfriend the other night, and he pointed out he has 2 different eye shapes. His eyes are 2 different shapes, so he looks fucking wall-eyed. It's fucking bizarre. Anyways, fuck Morgana.
He looks like he's gonna be a non-threatening feminist boy.
He does. Yeah. I don't trust him.
Zach, do you want to talk about some games that you've been playing?
Yeah, let's talk about some games that don't suck ass. Sorry, Persona fans. I
forgive you.
I played Titanfall 2 for the first time recently. Someone gifted it to me. I had no clue this game was so tight.
That game's sick as shit, dude.
That game's... I was playing the campaign, and like the whole time I'm like, this is... Why did no one talk about this?
Were you listening to games criticism at all when Titanfall 2 came out? Because man, everyone was like, this game fucking whips ass.
But then like it just died down. Like no one talked about it. Like as soon as the initial hype was over, like it totally faded and like into like somewhat obscurity. And then based on what I know, based on like what my friends who still play it and played it for a long time, like it didn't have a very big multiplayer community until Apex came out.
Right. It didn't have no multiplayer community, but it definitely had small. Especially for a game that's like very built around its multiplayer. Yeah. It's like, it was worse for Titanfall 1, which was only multiplayer.
Yeah, there was no story. The story for Titanfall 2, by the way, is genuinely like pretty, it's a good fucking campaign.
Game. It's like
it's like, it's a little bit of like it's kind of Call of Duty because it's like you're this one soldier who's really good at being a soldier and like you're the fucking hero who saves the war or whatever. But like you're paired up with this Titan, this giant robot named BT, and like you like build a relationship with him over the course of the game, and like you get dialogue options, which is kind of insane in a first person shooter. Like BT will say something and you hit like V or X to like, I'm on a keyboard, but whatever. Right. You hit like one of two buttons and like you'll have like essentially like a normal response or a kind of silly, snarky Matt Mercer response because you're Matt Mercer. Like you're just Matt Mercer. He doesn't do a voice. It's just Matt Mercer. And like you'll say something kind of sarcastic, like BT will be like, alert, we need to go this way. And you'll be like, you could say that again. And he'll be like, alert, we need to go this way. Like,
like that's the other thing is like BT in that game is a hilarious companion.
I was like, I didn't expect, like, I knew like this is going to try and get me to love the robot. But by the end, I fucking love the robot.
That robot's like, so great, man.
I was like, and the story has this like, the big bad weapon is like this thing that can like alter time and space. Yeah. And you find this out in one of the sweetest levels I've ever seen in any first person shooter ever. This was like, I had no idea going into this how fucking cool this part would be. So you go to this like facility where they were building this like big time space thing. And like you keep getting like flashbacks, like while you're walking, you'll get flashed back to the past when this abandoned facility was full of people. And it's like, oh, like the fabric of time and space is warped here. And it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. I remember Fallout 3 did something similar with the Dunwich Borers. Like that's a cool little thing. And then you find out like one of the guys you're trying to find who's dead now, because everyone here's dead, had this device that lets him warp between like the past timeline and the future, like the past and the present, like at will. And now you were using that to platform across the level because like the building's falling apart, and then enemies start showing up. Because like in the past one, like when you warp to the past, you are intruding on this facility. So like there's guards shooting at you. So you were just like warping between timelines and just like, it's so fucking cool. Like you'll be in a you'll be in like a courtyard full of people, and you'll go to the future and run to the other end and go back to the past and shoot them all from behind. Like it's insanely cool.
And like they do a lot of really great contextual stuff around it too, where it's like you warp out and then you're in this nice serene like area where shit's falling apart, but it's the it's the future, and then you warp back because you're still sprinting. You gotta go. You warp back and you hear them go, where the fuck did he go? Oh, he went around. It's like
it's really good.
You'll hear them like cut in mid sentence of like trying to explain what the fuck is going on to each other. It's so well done. I love it so much.
I was blown away. Like at first I was like, this is kind of a cool thing with time shenanigans, and then like I got the item and I'm like, this is legitimately the coolest thing I've done in any first person shooter ever. Like. And like combined with the fact like the Titanfall engine is sweet as fuck because like you've got parkour, you've got wall running, you've got double jumps, you've got a grappling hook, and you've got a giant robot. It's so good.
Did you ever play Titanfall 1?
I did not know. I actually wasn't interested. I
Okay.
thought it looked kind of like gimmicky, and then like I was like, oh, parkour is cool, but like whatever. I'll play Brink because that's the game I'm playing right now.
So, so you know the level where you like get this sweet ass pistol.
Yeah, the smart pistol.
smart
that, like,
pistol, yeah.
it like locks onto people's heads. Yeah,
Yeah, the thing about that is that was a weapon in the first game that was like absurdly overpowered in PvP. So
Right.
it was like, so it's this like, and they don't include it at all anywhere else in Titanfall 2. So it's this really great moment if you play Titanfall 1 of you opening this kit and going, "Oh, I know what this is. It's time to fuck shit up."
It's sweet. That's
so
a really cool
good.
moment. No spoilers in case anyone plays Titanfall 2, because that's like also like a core part of the
Oh,
plot. But
there's
like,
so much shit that goes on. Like,
it's
we
so
can't
good.
spoil the whole game.
No, I implore you, if you have not played Titanfall 2 and if you like first person shooters that like are like as like solid as like the Call of Duty games, because like let's be real, everyone dunks on them, but like they're solid fucking shooters. And like you want to fucking wall run and use a jump jet and ride in a giant fucking robot and have giant robot duels, you should fucking pick up Titanfall 2. I implore you. It's legitimately, I'm astounded how good this game is. And I really like in multiplayer, in like PvP or the wave defense mode, which I fucking love. I've been eating up that wave defense mode. Your Titan, because you don't get BT because that's like the single player
Right.
thing, but your multiplayer Titan, there's like I think like 9 or 10 of them, and they
Right.
all have unique personalities, which I fucking love. I
sick.
love it. It's so fucking fantastic. Like they like have like unique like little dialogue quips that they'll like give you when they're giving you like contextual warnings, and I really love the contextual warnings because it really like puts me into it, and I really love like walking around a corner and seeing 3 people in Titans start shooting at me, and my Titan just calmly goes, "Pilot, you are outnumbered 3-1. Suggest evasive maneuvers." And it's like, yeah, no shit, honey. My robot is my wife.
Yeah, like that's normal. Yeah,
It's
That sounds like the best part of Portal. At the very end of Portal, when you've got all the spheres and stuff, but like times 3.
yes, yeah, it's excellent, and like it's really good. It feels really fucking good. I love that game very fucking much.
it's a real good game.
Good. I'm glad you had fun with it. Did you play anything else?
I played Risk of Rain 2. That game, if you played the first one, it's the same game, but it's a third-person shooter now.
Oh,
It's like a rogue. If you've never played these games, it's like a roguelite, where you're essentially just like collecting items to make yourself stronger, because the items will they'll buff your stats, and they can like stack and such. So essentially, you're getting stronger and going through a level, killing enemies and picking up items, and you're searching for a teleporter to teleport to the next level, and there's like a meter at the top right that essentially is just like a slowly, gradually building meter of difficulty that is constantly ticking no matter what, to the point of like it'll go like easy, medium, hard, extreme, insane, I'm watching you, I'm coming to find you, and then the last difficulty is just ha 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 over and over, like into infinity. And it gets ridiculously hard. It's really fun. Like it's just some fun, solid fucking shooting. It's really good.
nice.
And very stressful, because you get like an hour into a run and you're like 3 cycles in, because there's like 5 levels, and then it'll take you back to the first level, but with like that extreme difficulty. And on like once you hit that second cycle, it's like, oh man, I am so stressed out. Everything is dealing so much damage, but I'm also dealing a lot of damage.
Yeah, everything
sensory
that I've
overload.
seen from Risk of Rain 2 it just shows the designers are like total classicists. Like they are building the classics, and like Risk of Rain 1 had this very like Diablo kind of feeling to it, where everything's encroaching on you,
Yes.
and getting darker and darker, and all of that is like translated to Risk of Rain 2 perfectly.
Yes, it's insane.
3D now, and so they take it as in like, all right, we're making Risk of Rain 2, but we're changing absolutely nothing except for this one specific thing. And
Which is the whole engine.
Right, we're just changing the engine. Every drop is the same, every power-up is the same, but we've translated now so it makes sense in 3D.
Yep.
The maps are, like, totally the same. And somehow, now, instead of it feeling like Diablo, it feels like Quake.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because they're classics, they respect the classics in this, like, really, like, easy-to-see way. And it's so cool seeing, like, just how those games translate together. I've been loving watching all the Risk of Rain 2 things I've seen. I'm like, I know that! I know that feeling right there!
It's very good. Yeah, if you've played Risk of Rain 1, I recommend it wholeheartedly. It is basically, they have managed to capture the feel of Risk of Rain 1 and just, like, put it into a 3D shooter, like, perfectly. The visuals, the feel, everything is, like, identical. It's kind of insane.
It is. And it's so funny because it's like you're playing this game and it's not necessarily about the game being like fun. They wanted to capture this very specific emotion. And then they did that again in Risk of Rain 2. Like they captured the same emotion. They wanted you to feel it now in 3D. It's like, what a weird translation. Like when I go and be like, I'm going to make the sequel to my indie hit that people really liked and I have a cool fan base that's going to adore this new one. Let's make something new.
Yeah, but it's the same.
It's this. They were like, no, we nailed it the first time. Let's do that again, but now for like the 3D. Like we're gonna make our dream PlayStation 2 ass game that we grew up on. I love them. I love them so much.
It's amazing. Also, it's got 4-player co-op, which is great. I love the 4-player co-op, and I think they might still have a thing going on now. Where if you buy a copy, you get a free key for a second one on Steam.
They don't right now. I was looking for it the other day, and that was the thing that kept me from buying it. Was like I couldn't find that thing. I was like, okay, then instead I will wait and just see when I have the funds to get Risk of Rain 2, because like one of these Sundays, that's what we're doing.
Oh, please. That game's fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. If you're listening to this in the past, that deal's still going on. I don't know how you're doing that. Teach me your secrets from the past, I guess.
Titanfall 2 ass.
Yeah.
Time twisted motherfuckers.
If you have the time warp thing from Titanfall 2 and you were listening from the past in a secure facility while getting shot at, good luck, first of all. Get out of there safely. Second of all,
give me your second Risk of Rain copy.
Give Solon your second Risk of Rain copy because he deserves it, and it's a good game.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Solon. What have you been up to? Because this thing that you listed on here is fucked up.
This is weird. What is going on? What is this?
Do you need help?
I watched 11 hours of Days Gone, the movie, the film, all the cutscenes in one go, in 1 hour.
Why?
Why'd you do that?
What was going on?
But
it was all coming out and stuff, and I was like, should I get this game?
No.
I know that GameStop's got this like 48 hours, like if you play it, and you don't like it, your satisfaction was not guaranteed, then you can like give it back and they'll give you full store credit. And I was like, I don't really want $60 of GameStop store credit, but I do I need to see this? So I just, the game literally just came out, which means there's already a full video that shows all of the cutscenes of Days Gone.
Yeah, absolutely. For the big Days Gone community.
It was 11 and a half hours of cutscenes.
Oh my god. How'd you watch it in an hour, out of curiosity?
I was scrubbing through. I just scrubbed through literally the whole thing.
I thought you watched it at like 10 times speed.
Yeah.
That would rule.
Just really taking in the content as fast as possible.
Nope. So I know literally nothing that happens in this game, but I do know the methods at which they deliver the content.
What have you learned about Days Gone from this experience?
Okay. Deacon St. John is a very deep character who has a troubled past.
Yeah.
Man, that's that's an on-the-nose name.
You want to say it?
I'd never heard anyone refer to the main character by first and last name, so I was not aware his name is Deacon St. John. That's That's real fucking on the nose. I'm sure there's no biblical allusions in that story.
Oh, he's like
You never know.
slimy, kind of like rough and tumble biker dude.
Yeah, of course.
He's a drifter, and he's a drifter through the whole game. And so you're playing this game that's all about like humans trying to survive the zombie apocalypse and like going into clusters and stuff, but you have to survive it as a drifter. So every community you go to ends up like collapsing, and you're just like, well, fucking peace, whatever. I'm out of here. I'm going to the next community that's also inevitably going to fall apart. And you're looking for your wife, Sarah. I remember literally all of these names. I remember all the names. There's Sarah, who's your best friend is
Boozer.
Like, Boozer. I was gonna say Drunky.
John St. Deacon.
John St. John.
Your best friend.
Shit.
John St. John is
was
in
in
this.
this?
Yeah, he's in it.
Deacon St. John, Boozer,
Dukem Sweet.
Sarah, Nikki. There's Iron Mike,
Big Hog,
Oh.
Big Hog, Iron Mike.
Old man.
He's an old man.
Chumley.
Chumley is in this? From
Chumley,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
old
GX?
man. No, from Pawn Stars.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Then fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. Who cares?
Rick.
I want. Just
scientist.
imagine you're holed up in a farmhouse. The freakers are banging at the door, and all of a sudden, you just hear like a bunch of shotgun blasts, and all the freakers like are dead silent, and then the barn door just opens up, and you just hear, "Wow, that was delicious!" And you're just like, "Oh shit."
I'm saved.
Just so many Freddy Freakers. Oh, it's such a stupid name. So, okay, let me get to the meat of this. I've watched this whole game. I know the names of all of these characters by the end of my scrubbing through. And just because they come up a lot, and they come up a lot because this is not really like a game about you surviving the zombie apocalypse. It's about these relationships that you're building with these characters and how they change over time. It's extremely character driven, and the story is just like the blandest thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
There's
Unthinkable.
zombies. There's zombies. You're fighting against them. You find your wife who's like missing because you tried to save her, so she doesn't know that you're not dead. You don't know that she's not dead. You find her, but she's like she's in another community's base who hates you right now. And so you have to like infiltrate them politically.
What the fuck?
From the top side, this is not very interesting. This is very generic. This is just The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
101.
I wasn't expecting like you have to like infiltrate them socially. I thought like you were gonna say like you literally sneak in and you're like, "Hey, wife, it's me,
That's
John
more-
St. John."
Yeah, that's more John St. John St. John does that.
John St.
But
John.
but like you as a character, you kill zombie and drive your hog.
That's true.
Yep.
You don't
That's
engage
it.
in political intrigue.
Yeah, you freak those freakers and you crank that hog.
You really crank that
all you
hog,
do.
yeah.
In Bend, Oregon, like in the
In
luscious
Bend, Oregon.
forests of the Pacific Northwest.
Delicious Bend, Oregon.
Love cranking my hog in Bend, Oregon, and you can quote me on that.
There are parts of this that are are valuable. There are parts of this that are actually really good. Being in their representation of Bend, Oregon is actually really cool. Every time that the movie I was watching showed like them driving their bike through the trees and forests and stuff, I was like, yeah, this is cool. If this was like an indie game where you just drove a hog through a forest, like people would pay for that. This is cool looking. The plot doesn't go anywhere super dramatic. I'm gonna spoil the ending right now because
Thank you, please do.
the ending is that you and your wife end up settling down in a community that you inherit after Iron Mike passes away from
Rest in
and
peace.
you build them
Yeah,
you build
the
up that
realist.
community with Ricky, who I think is Iron Mike's like girlfriend or something. I didn't get that far in that part. And then the scientist guy who's kind of just been like on the radio and a dick to you the whole time is like, we need to talk in person. And Deacon St. John's like, I don't trust this guy, but I'm going to go anyway. And he comes down in his big science outfit, one of those hazmat suits that's like all white. because it's just Walking Dead, like,
Yeah,
101
100%,
bullshit.
yeah.
Episode 1, like, they watched the first episode of Walking Dead and then made an entire fucking CBS drama out of that feeling.
That's insane.
He takes his hood off, and he's, like, now bald and, like, obviously looks like he's been experimenting on weird shit. And he's like, the government knew all along the freakers are gonna get worse, and they're gonna wipe us all out. And that's literally the end. Like, after
my
that,
God.
there's just scenes of, like, you hanging out and, like, celebrating, like, being alive with all of the other people in the camp and all of the other people that you've met along the way. Like, almost all of them. From what I scrubbed through, there was not a lot of people that died through all of this that you were like, oh no, that person. Like, you get to meet them all at the end, which is cool. Like, it's almost like a really cool, like, Mass Effect-esque ending where it's like, oh, that character from way before, cool. And you get to have, like, a nice final, like, yep, I settled down with, and they're going to be like, you settled down, huh? I'm never going to settle down. I'm a wild punk. Like, there's some really cool character things that are happening in there, but at the top level, this plot is...
So, in your opinion, does it feel more like A, art, or B, like they're setting up a possible Days Gone 2 or Days Gone DLC?
Ooh, don't like that last option.
Because that one's... that just being like a sequel hook is what that sounds like to me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was thinking.
I respect the between the lines of what you just said is, do they not want to make money and thus be considered art by not making a sequel or a DLC or somehow spinning this out as some serialized content that they can monetize? Like you said, are they making art? Are they done? No, they will never settle. They will never sleep.
Okay,
they'll never settle down.
That's the
They're
thing.
drifters.
There's an interesting reading of that where it's like, okay, things are fucked and they're not gonna get better, and that's okay. And like, what's important is like learning to cope with that and like learning to live in a new society, like based on like the way the world is changing. Perhaps is something we might need to grapple with as climate change becomes more of an issue. But that's not what this sounds like.
No,
This sounds like, Deacon, we're gonna need you for when the day's gone. Too.
No.
Day's gonna go again.
Days gone. This time, it's goner.
Days goner, no.
Days goner. Days goner. And the
Night's gone too.
Yeah,
No!
Night's. Ooh. And
Night's gone into dreams.
You killed me with that one. You reached directly into my brain. And you were just like, let me pull out an old dead franchise for me to reference here while I'm talking about Days Gone, a game that is in fact currently until they make a sequel, it's art.
Yeah, it's currently art, is the thing.
I'm freaked.
It is-
Freaked by those freakers.
It is, quote, a parody of what AAA games should be.
It's not that, like, it's not that dramatic. This is a C minus video game, and it's
I
not
would
because
call it much lower than C minus.
like, it passes is what I'm saying. Is like there's something about this that totally passes. There's the meme that's been going around is this one scene where there's flashbacks that go through the entire narrative of you and Sarah before the fall. And so it's just you going through the motions. Like, how did you all meet? Why is Deacon so infatuated with Sarah? It's like, oh, because they met. They have a really good relationship. She's a scientist. He's a drifter. They have nothing in common. Right. Right? There's no way I can explain this that helps its case, but also it is. You have to understand that the tone is sweet the whole time, and they're not trying to be more than this. They are settling completely at being a CBS television serial that you'd find at like 10 at night, but it probably should be really airing at like 6, but they couldn't afford that time slot. Like, this is they get to the wedding, nobody arrives at the wedding, they exchange their vows, they say the line, before they say the line, they say this line that is, oh, looks like we scared off both families, and nobody's there in the pews except for Boozer, who is like applauding and laughing stoically, but also like he couldn't care less. It's like, yep, just my brother showed up, my brother Boozer.
What the fuck?
And then they deliver the line. They exchange vows. They exchange real wedding rings. Not, if you've seen anything about this game, you see that there's like this big chunky ring that looks like a big fucking skull claw. It's
Right.
It looks like a ring pop. Let's be real.
It kind of looks like a ring pop. It's this like big skull claw ring that Deacon was just kind of playing with for a bit. It was like a memento to him. And then he gives it to Sarah. It's like this sweet moment by the water that is what happens when he confesses love and proposes to Sarah officially. They do not do the wedding with that ring. They have real wedding bands. Like this was like a little moment that I was like, oh, that's actually okay, good. Thank God.
That would make more sense as a proposal ring anyway.
Yes. Yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, they did something right.
Well, I wouldn't call it right.
Yeah,
and then she delivers the line. She
yeah.
delivers the line at the end of all of this nice proposing and stuff, right before the priest is going to be like, no, kiss the bride. She just says, will you ride me as much as you ride your bike?
Yeah.
Which is...
The fucked up part is like, there are real instances of like biker weddings where someone says something like that, and it is astounding that people are like this.
Here's the thing. I actually think that's pretty cute. I kind of like it.
Thank you. It's funny. It's really funny.
Yeah.
That was the whole. I saw that line. I saw the picture of them in the nice chapel with the priest reacting to it. He's wearing a backwards cap. She now has tattoos. She did not have tattoos at the beginning of the game. She got tattoos with
Okay, hold on. What you're explaining to me is that she is so she is a scientist first and foremost. She is not a scientist who maybe hangs out at biker bars. She's not a scientist who like had some kind of like, maybe like alt biker lifestyle. She's just originally a scientist, and then when she meets Deacon, she becomes a biker?
Hell yeah.
What?
Yep.
I hate
she doesn't become
Oh my God,
Days Gone
a biker.
No, it's not. That's bad. I don't like
She
it.
starts. There's legitimate changes that you see through these flashbacks because there's a lot of them, and they show a lot of the relationship that has grown and how long it's taken to get to that point. Like, there's a lot of care in these characters, and just
And just like a terrible plot.
I assume there's like a part where you shoot zombies. I did not get to that part of Days Gone. As I said at the beginning of this, I only watched the full movie.
This is insane.
I got all this from 1 hour.
So
I can't believe Days Gone. Days Gone is art.
All right, folks. I think we have to move on from this.
You're right.
This is a lot.
This
is too much.
Okay. I was good. Okay, that's fine.
Deacon
Right.
St. John.
Deacon St. John.
So, I think we should real quick hit the more serious topic of the week. And by that I mean the serious topic that we seemingly bring up every week because it's always a problem, and it hasn't been addressed yet. So there have been some more reports of crunch across the industry. Specifically, one of the bigger ones was Polygon wrote a very long article about the culture of crunch for Fortnite at Epic Games, talking about folks, most of them working for 70-hour weeks and some even doing 100 hours, just working on Fortnite. This is officially voluntary, but it was an expected service. It's a very, very long article. I would recommend reading it. It's all on Polygon. People saying that, instead of people saying, oh, we should hire more people, they would say, let's get some more bodies. Just complete, total disrespect of human life, and all for Fortnite. And it's not to say like, oh, people shouldn't enjoy the games, but it's just it's disgusting. And this is how Fortnite is so continuously updated, and this is how people come to expect these constant updates. It's not sustainable, and I feel like we as game fans need to be more adamant about not over-expecting things. I will say, at a certain point, it's like, how are you supposed to know this until something like this comes out? And that is true, because, like, if Fortnite was pumping out these sort of updates and this didn't come out, we're just like, yeah, they hired a bunch of people, sure, but no, this is due to crunch. This is how they do this, is that they're constantly crunching and constantly working over and over and over again, and just bringing in new people and shifting them out, and people are quitting and people are coming back in because they want to work on video games. It's absolutely not right. So, hopefully people knowing about this will lead to people speaking out and not supporting Epic until things change, because like after this, I think specifically because a lot of people are saying like, well, yeah, Fortnite keeps up like this, and that's why Fortnite is so dominating. And then some people were mentioning that like Apex is way slower at updates, and some people were like kind of questioning, hey, maybe that's because they aren't crunching. And like Apex actually came out and said like, yeah, a big reason why we are doing just like the occasional battle pass and like some new stuff here and there instead of doing what Fortnite does is because we don't crunch like they do. And who knows how much truth that is in there, but if it is true, then that's the smart thing, that they should be making as much as they can with their regular working hours and not overworking people, because you know what? Not only will those people working there be happy and healthy, but I bet the content that comes out of it will actually be a lot better, because it's not going to be made by a bunch of different people that are just shifting out and almost and getting sick and being mentally unhealthy. And it's just it needs to be better. It needs to be a better place, the games industry, and
That's really cool that Apex stood against crunch.
Yeah.
From their like official platform.
Respawn is good about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a good studio. Yeah.
Which is why we're never getting a Titanfall 3.
Well,
that's not true.
They did say that they stepped back on making a new Titanfall game because they wanted to shift their focus on Apex.
Yeah, I know.
But you know what? That's part of it.
No, yeah,
that
that's
is
fine.
A healthy way to handle that. Be like, yeah, Apex is our goal.
Exactly.
We're not going to overwork people by starting another game. Like, yeah, that just makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, Apex, the Respawn people could have also just as easily said, hey, look, our content doesn't come out as fast because have you seen how many people work for Epic and Fortnite? They have a small standing army.
They do, yeah. They have a whole country of people, basically.
Right. Like, there's other reasons other than...
They need more. That's the fucked up thing. It's like, they've got a small nation, and it's not enough because they're fucking working everyone to death. It's insane.
Right. I don't think there's anything that's proven that crunch actually helps development.
Oh, no, absolutely.
There's a lot of evidence against it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The actual like gains that you get from people working 14 hours a week, 14-hour days are completely equivalent to if they had just worked 8-hour days.
Yeah.
Depending on the crunch, depending on how long it's lasted for, there's a lot of factors that go into that. But like
it's mainly worker burnout. Like if you tend to work like long hours, like you just get less done. So it becomes this like weird equivalency thing of like, well, I only really got 8 hours of work done, even though I worked 14, and that's like a variable, subjective thing. But largely, that is like a very common trend among like people who work crunch hours. Like you would not get as much done as you would like during a normal 8-hour day if you're working a regular normal 8-hour day.
Yeah.
So it's just weird that it continues, and it feels a lot of the people that have been talking about this talk about it directly, like, because it's a culture thing.
Yeah, that's
the culture
the thing.
in the
Yeah.
studio says this is good and this is what is needed to get games done. If we do not do this, the game will not get done. And
It's
that's how
not
they convinced the whole culture.
It's not even specific culture, or it's not even specific studio culture. It's games development culture.
Yeah.
Like crunch has been very prevalent in like everywhere. Think of any game that you love. There's like a 90% chance it was finished due to crunch, or finished due to excessive crunch mainly. Like there's some studios that have very good like crunch, that have like very good like working policies, but still engage in like a couple weeks of crunch like before a deadline because they need to get something done. And that's like, that still sucks, but it's reasonable.
Reasonable-ish.
It's not.
There's communication
it's not
in
months,
that space.
Yeah, it's not months on end of complete 7 days a week, like fucking like 12-hour days. It's too much. But that's the thing, is like it's a thing that is very like game development has struggled with that for a long time, and we're hearing more about it because more people are speaking out. A lot more people with Game Workers Unite has done a really good job of like getting people to talk about unions, getting people to talk about workers' rights within the game space, because so much of working in games has been like the same hellish nightmare for years in way too many studios. Even studios you love, like even for games that you love, probably. Like there's a lot of stuff I've had trouble reconciling wanting to play, because I don't want to play this if it was made like if someone died while they were like making it. Which, we've heard some fucking stories lately, let me tell you.
Wasn't it NetherRealms? There was a story recently of
that's
someone died working on MK9.
Yeah, that's
so that was recanted.
It was, but at the same time, the name of the person who died was in the credits of that fucking what was it? It was a Mortal Kombat game. I don't remember which.
It was
Injustice 2. Yeah. And it's like,
but yeah,
boy.
they recanted that. So I don't want to unfairly spread that more.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
We have to put some like fucking allegeds around that, because it's like
some very heavy allegeds.
Yeah.
I need to say, because like again, this was from one person on Twitter, and they took it back after a bit because there was not really any proof. So
and. The things that we do know, which is extremely little, because what it feels like is the family doesn't want to talk about this. Nobody who's working on this wants to really talk about this, because it wasn't something like he was at his desk. It wasn't like a big dramatic thing. It was like he passed away while working on Injustice 2, and what we do know is that Neversoft is a company who has always, always, always overworked their employees, especially people who are senior engineers. So it's frustrating because you see all this and you're like, there's no way that can't have been a factor. And so that's where I'm just like, God, I don't know how to reconcile this either, and that's why it's been so fascinating to me.
Also, NetherRealms, not Neversoft. Does Neversoft still make games?
NetherRealms, thank you for...
Yeah.
Does Neversoft make games still?
The skateboard guys.
I don't think so. No, they got like absorbed into like Infinity Ward.
Bullshit. I want another Tony Hawk Pro Skater. No crunch on it, please.
There was that one that came out.
I want one that doesn't suck ass, Scott. I want one that's good.
Yeah, these are the kinds of things, is like, I'm glad we can take time to look back on this has been a decades-long thing where the culture is ingrained, especially at upper management levels. Like, of course you're going to do this, because this is what I did 20 years ago to get into the position I am now.
Or so, not even.
Or not even, but like, there is actual like destigmatizing training that we have to do, and that's the real work that Game Workers Unite, and that's what the real work is that all of these tweet threads that we're seeing from people who have been in these companies, that's why they're so important, because you might be saying a bunch of things that like rile people up, but you're also saying things that tell the people who need to hear that message, like, oh wait, this isn't normal.
Yeah.
Right.
This isn't the way it has to be.
And the articles that come out about like, Telltale, about Epic, like all of the like really big articles that have been coming out, like recounting all of these things, is really, really important. That's one of the ways we like help combat this and make things better for the future is talking about it, is making sure people know, and is making sure that people in game development know their rights as workers.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a good thing that it blows, and we talk about this like every fucking week how much it blows, and like what's important is to notice like how often this happens and how often it's being talked about, and it's a very good thing that we are now living in a time that it is being talked about, because hopefully that means soon, please, this culture will go through hopefully a gigantic shift to not be how it is now.
Well, ideally, it would make games better. It would make people better. It would make working on games the dream job that it should be, and obviously is not right now. Like it's such a win-win across the board, and that's why we have to be so loud, because we're working against a learned society. We're working against. This is upstream, because it would be much easier to just keep the status quo and continue things going along, even though the status quo is absolutely destroying everything and making games much worse, like Fortnite.
Yeah.
Notably not the highest quality of video game.
But also the fucking richest, so.
Yeah.
It is.
Alright, well, to kind of keep up with the bummers, I guess, Zach, do you want to talk about this weird shit that's going down at Echo Fox?
Yeah, so, talking more about fucking bummers in the game industry. Less about games and more about esports. Echo Fox, the co-founder of Echo Fox, Rick Fox, the former pro basketball player, left the fucking company because one of the major shareholders was saying some like horribly racist shit, allegedly towards Jace Hall, the former CEO of Echo Fox. He was just saying some shit in a quote unquote heated email exchange, and we were talking about this a bit before, because we were discussing like it's weird that like he couldn't just do something, but like it comes down to it, like this isn't an employee, this is a shareholder,
right?
This is the guy giving the company money, and like so the best way for him to like for Rick Fox himself to like make his voice heard and say like this isn't right, I'm not gonna fucking stand for this, is just stepping down, which is like kind of like a big fucking deal on his part.
Yeah. And I don't think we should dance around it too much, just so people understand the severity of it. Like, this shareholder specifically, like, used the N-word to describe Jace Hall.
Yeah. Like, it is a bad fucking thing.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's something that could legitimately tear down Echo Fox.
Yes,
easily.
Yeah.
And so
it's a complicated situation because he's like because this isn't like a major like employee of Echo Fox as a company. Like, this is a shareholder. This is like the source of money for Echo Fox. It becomes a very difficult situation.
To bring it back just a smidge, when we were talking about it earlier, we were saying, why can't Rick Fox, as the co-owner of the company, get rid of this shareholder? Because, like, if you're the co-owner, if you're the CEO, like, we think of these people as, like, the top of their company. They have full control over everything. And that's not quite the case. The shareholders aren't above or below the CEO or the co-owner. Yeah. They're kind of parallel in power.
Yeah.
And so there's always going to be a communication exchange. And once that communication breaks down on either side and faith is lost, then something changes. So why wouldn't Rick Fox just like denounce this guy publicly? Well, because if he did that, that would tear down Echo Fox and all the people who work for him. That would actually hurt those people more than it would hurt the shareholder, because the shareholder would be just like, oh, you're going to make fun of me? I'll just take my money and go.
Yeah.
So
I have more money than God.
Right. The shareholder learns nothing out of this. They leave, and everyone suffers for that. So Rick Fox stepping away is actually an incredibly smart move, because now the shareholder's stuck.
It's more like, I would say a little more selfless, because it's essentially him saying like, I'll bite the fucking bullet on this. Like I'm not going to be a part of this anymore.
Yeah, but
Thank you. That's what I meant there.
Not only is it like a selfless gesture on Rick Fox's part, it's also like sending a message of just like, I'm like, we're not gonna fucking stand for this.
Right.
Like he didn't quietly step down. This is public news. He made a public statement before Echo Fox made an official statement. He made a statement saying, I'm stepping down.
Yeah. And
because of this.
There's strategy to it as well, because like you could like just straight up denounce a shareholder and be like, I don't want your money anymore, you have to fucking go. But then like that doesn't solve anything. Like you said, that person learns nothing. What this does potentially set up for Rick Fox is the possibility of other potential shareholders seeing like, oh, they're probably going to lose this major shareholder. I would be interested in investing in this company that like is like standing to their morals and not allowing a racist to fund their company. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. There's strategy to the idea of like, we need to make this a public thing.
The ball is in probably a board of directors court right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways this could turn. We'll sit back and see how it goes.
Echo Fox, make Sonic Fox the new CEO.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the only thing that I hope for at the end of this is that Sonic Fox is still able to keep the sponsorship, because that dude just throws money to good places, and he needs to keep getting that flow. He's a good dude.
Worst case for Sonic Fox, like any other fucking like any other like sponsor will pick him up. Yeah. He's a fucking hot ass commodity. Like
that dude just wins nonstop. Like he is a moneymaker.
Mm-hmm.
And a good dude.
Yeah. Sonic Fox kicks ass.
Yeah. All right. I think we'll just go over this last bit here. Okay, I am seeing a on our planning doc. I am seeing a thing jumping around. Scott, you really want to talk about fucking Dragalia?
Yeah, I think it's like worthwhile.
Hell yeah!
All right,
I wouldn't put it on there if we didn't want to talk about it. Like, okay, the new
because I don't want this to go that long, but okay.
It's fine. I'll keep it short. There's the new Dragalia Lost event has shown up. It is the Fire Emblem crossover called Fire Emblem Lost Heroes. It's a little. The hero selection out of it is maybe a little disappointing, but I think largely it is a like really vastly huge update that improves so much stuff about the game. Dragalia Lost is like in a really wild place right now. It has gotten so much great support and is like, it is almost like not identical at all to where it was when it started.
Because it's like kind of on the chopping block, isn't it? Because like it's, from what I've gathered, I think it might be like, I don't know if it's the worst, like the least amount of money for a Nintendo mobile game. Like maybe Mario Run made less money, but it's Mario, so it's not like they're going to do anything to it.
But this is supposed to be recurrent spending. Like, this is the thing where people are supposed to keep spending money. And it's pretty evident in the way things have turned out, because they've, like, significantly cut prices on stuff like how much it costs to summon. They've made the stuff that you get from summons way more substantial. There's a whole bunch, like, they've just made, like, such significant improvements to try and improve player retention that I think it's really worth checking it out. The new characters that they add. There's Marth. There's Marth. If you like Marth, Marth's there. You might get Marth. Marth's there. The other 3 Fire Emblem characters that crossed over, though, are characters specifically from Fire Emblem Heroes, which is the Fire Emblem strategic mobile game. And they're like, a little less exciting.
Yeah,
Alphonse is there. If you like him, you can play as Veronica or Fjorm. If you get them, that is. Everyone gets Alphonse. That one's free for everyone. But, it's like, you can maybe be Marth. That's alright. That's kind of cool. What is actually legitimately cool about this is, like, they have given, like, all the players just a shitload of resources, an absurd amount. Like, you log in right now, you just get fucking showered in everything. It is ridiculous. You get, like, a shitload of Wormite to do like 8 fucking summons in a row. Summons don't have worm prints in them anymore, which are like the little equipment things. So you are guaranteed to only get dragons or characters. So that's pretty exciting.
Fate Grand Order needs that, because I don't know how many times I've seen people. I guess I'll just say I don't know how many times I've seen Rose post like, "Oh my god, I'm so fucking pissed because I rolled this and I didn't get any actual characters. I just got like a 5-star equipment thing."
Yeah. They cut the price of summoning. It was originally 1,500 Wormite or Diamantium, which you shouldn't spend your real money on those summons anyways, because it's like there's also a daily summon that costs significant. Don't do that. But the Wormite cost is very significant. It is used to be 1,500. Now it is 1,200. That is like a big permanent price cut on that. And that is like less time you have to save up. You get more like summons more often. They reset the summon thing. They reset the Wormite pool for when you do co-op with people. So you get Wormite from that as well. And you're just frequently getting shit all the time. I said worm prints aren't in summons anymore. There's now a worm print shop that you spend Eldwater on, which is great because you're getting a shitload of Eldwater from summons if you've been playing it fucking forever now. Also, they give you like 100,000 Eldwater for logging in right now. So you can just log in right now and buy like a good, like fully unbound, the best like pieces of equipment in the game you could use on any character. It's fucking buck wild.
That's actually incredible. I don't usually hear from a mobile game like, hey, we want you to experience some of the end game right now.
They really want people to fucking play.
Yeah.
The other really big thing is that the new event that's going on right now, the Fire Emblem, like, crossover one, is, like, really substantially different from the shit they've been doing. Like, most missions are like, here's a single element. You want a team that counters that element. We might throw a handful of little ones that, like, don't counter the element, but they're different. So you need to make sure you take care of that. And this, it's like, okay, we're going to have a field of enemies. They're going to be all of the elements. You need to be able to take that into account when you're building a team. So now you're building a team that has like a full spread of elements. There are 5 elements in the game and you can only have 4 characters. So you cannot cover all of them. So you have to be strategic about this in a way that's really cool. Also, that means because you're not separating them out into little teams based on specific elements, you can just take all of your strongest characters and throw them into a team together. It's fucking rad. And as a little added thing to that, they added a new game mode specifically for this event that I hope sticks around, which is one where it's like sort of like Muso / Dota-y, where like there are waves of enemies that are coming towards your base and you need to hold them off. But it's like not nearly as intense as something like Dota where you're like setting up lanes. But there are elements of that, and there are like waves of enemies that come at certain elements. And when you're playing co-op, like you're most likely going to get a spread of people who are like different elements. So what happens is people just start picking certain areas where they need to be in so they can cover certain waves of enemies that are coming. And it's this like really cool piece of like strategic gameplay that you're not getting from like other parts of Dragalia or even like other parts of mobile games.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I genuinely think it's like really one of the best things that's come out for a mobile game in like a really long time. And I hope that sticks around, especially a fucking mobile game that has co-op in it, which is still a wild thing. It's been a like really significantly positive change. Dragalia itself has just gotten so many, and I had a period there where I was like, I think I'm done with Dragalia. I don't know how much I'm gonna do. Now I'm like fully back on fucking board. I'm here to cape for it. It's good. I think it is free. If you log in, you're gonna get a bunch of good shit. Just like if this sounds like something, especially as a mobile game that you can kind of just waste your time on, if that sounds interesting to you, I like highly recommend you check it out. It's fun. I've been having a good time.
I literally just texted the boyfriend to say, "Is Dragalia good now?" 'Cause, okay, you kind of got me sold on this. I might pick this up.
It's fun. It's fun.
Awesome.
Really been enjoying this update.
All right. Let's okay. I want to talk about this real quick because this is already going very long and we haven't even done questions. Okay, so real quick, there's this just really wild story about this lost Atari ROM called Aka R. It only existed for the longest time as an arcade cabinet. It was not something that was ever backed up. The only people that had it were like really high-end collectors, like super, super wealthy dudes that were buying these cabinets.
There's only 3, by the way, in existence, for all anyone knows. There is supposedly, there are 3 on record. Yeah. Just 3 cabinets.
And, they would get brought to like California Extreme and shit like that, but nobody had ever backed it up until now. There is a story going around that someone went into one of the collections of one of these people who has this cabinet and was a repairman and went in to try to repair one of the games that was in there, not necessarily Aka R, but just a game there. But while they were there, they dumped the ROM, stole it, and then uploaded it to MAME. So you can play this game on MAME now.
It's so good. It's so
but
wild.
It was like someone fucking Indiana Jones this shit.
They fucking heisted it.
It's pretty good.
Or at least that's what the collectors want you to think.
That's what I want me to think. I don't want to believe any other story besides a repairman fucking heisted it while the guy wasn't looking.
Yeah, so someone going by the name Atari Scott claimed that on the MAME World forums. Now this is the name that Atari collector Scott Evans goes by, and he's like an expert. But it might not actually be him, even though the account was made in 2005. That was the only post that it had ever made, so it's all fucking wild. There is just, there is a chance, too, that maybe one of the collectors, might have just claimed that it was stolen or spread the word that it was stolen, and they actually were the ones who dumped it. Who knows? I will say, no matter how it happened, it's a good thing that it's up there, because games should be getting preserved, and if you're just sitting on a piece of history like that, you're a piece of shit. I'm just gonna straight up say that. You should be letting that stuff get updated or uploaded to a safe place so it doesn't just rot away. I don't care how much money it's quote-unquote worth. It's worth much more as a piece of history, and it will disappear one day, and so will you. So, who cares about that? It should be saved somewhere.
I just had a thought. So one of the theories is the collector uploaded it anonymously, because like the big thing here is like it wasn't uploaded by the collectors because people assume like if the ROM gets uploaded, the arcade cabinet significantly loses its value, which isn't necessarily true, but fucking whatever, I guess. So the idea is like they might have uploaded it anonymously, or the other running theory besides that one and the thought that it got heisted is a collector backed up a ROM of it, in case the hardware failed, and that ROM was either leaked or what have you. And I'm now having this thought because the pieces are starting to come together. Atari Scott, the forum poster, has had that account since 2005, but hasn't posted. That's a little weird, but that leads everyone to believe that might be the real Scott Evans arcade collector. He, at one point, owned 2 Aka R cabinets. I'm thinking he backed it up a long time ago when he owned Aka R and just uploaded it anonymously and then spread this story that someone heisted it.
Maybe.
So that's my theory. That seems, at this point, that seems the most plausible.
So there's plausibility in that, and I like the heist theory because I think that's really sexy and fun.
It's really fun, yeah.
But I've got one even better.
Okay, lay it on me.
So Aka R is a game where it's so old now that if you tried to grab the ROM of it now, you probably couldn't, because that read-only memory, that part is gone.
Right.
I think that is actually like decayed. And so here's my theory, is that out of these 3 cabinets, let's assume that they've just always been owned by the same people for the last 20, 30 something years or whatever. Fucking long time. All 3 of them have backed up this ROM.
Oh.
And they're all looking at each other for 30 years.
Oh my god. It's nuclear deterrence.
Uh-huh.
It's mutually assured destruction. No matter who does it, all of their resale value goes down.
And so they've been building up this idea all along that, and they're looking at each other with fucking like pistols drawn at like cow arcade collectors in the ghost town. Little do they know that all of their guns are just pop guns. They mean literally nothing, but they have built this up for 30 years that if anyone fires, they're all gonna die.
I like both these theories in tandem. They've been in a Cold War situation, and then Scott Evans uploaded it. just a third, well, I guess a fourth party.
God.
Anyways, this story is wild, and I really like the idea that someone fucking went into the most incredible thing about this is they explained that like you would need a computer and like a special piece of hardware to like dump the ROM, and that would take a lot of time because you need to do you have to burn all the ROMs one by one. And just the idea that like this guy went in to do like a basic repair on a game, saw that, like, knew the guy had Aka R, and was like, I'm gonna sneak in all my expensive hardware and just pray to God that he doesn't come in and catch me just meticulously dumping all the read-only memory one by one.
Oh yeah, no, case the joint, Ocean's 8-bit, like the whole thing.
I hope that one's true. But it was probably Scott Evans, realistically.
The thing,
What a wild story.
the little tiny bit here, Aka R is a really good game.
Yeah, it looks cool.
It's literally missile command, but instead of being at the bottom of the screen, you're dead center of the screen.
Like a circle,
You use a trackball to like shoot targets in a wide arc around you. It looks really fun to play. And then if your city, like Missile Command, if your city's under attack by the things that are encroaching from around, you can zoom into your city and fight them off at the small level so
It's
that they
cool.
don't tear down your one and only Missile Command-esque city. It's a cool game, and if you look at the video on it, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's spelled AKK space ARRH. It's a dumb shit acronym. It looks cool as hell. Check it out. You can go play it on MAME now.
You can go play it on MAME now.
Yeah, you can. All right. All right, let's move on to questions, folks. If you want to send in a question, it's videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask, or we will now accept your question if you tweet it at us. I guess you could just use the hashtag AskVGCC, hashtag AskVGCC. We'll put out the usual questions request, and you can just tweet at that tweet. So we'll see it.
We're working on it.
Absolutely. First question is from Harlequin Wheels. If your favorite Chooch SciTube regular had a twin sibling with an opposing color palette and personality, what would said rival be like, and which one would be the playable character in their climactic final battle?
Whoa.
I mean, we already know fucking Steve 1989?
Steve MRE.
Yeah, Steve MRE and Review Bra are long lost brothers. They're not twins, but they are long lost brothers.
No, Steve MRE is clearly Review Bra's older brother.
Yeah, I think you play as Review Bra though, and you have to.
I don't know, because here's the thing. In my mind, I have a picture of Review Bra just like wearing like his full suit. He's wearing like a brown trench coat, maybe a fedora, but he is also holding like an odachi behind his back with one hand, just like Sephiroth.
Okay, I'm sold. You play as Steve MRE. As much as I would like to not play as Steve MRE, because he's...
What are you talking about? He's an incredibly tactical character.
Well, you can just watch a Steve MRE video yourself, dear listener, and you can come to your own conclusions. I will say no things about this man.
He fights hand to hand and does combat roles.
He does. You play. It's essentially Naked Snake versus Sephiroth, which I think would be the most insanely good boss battle of all time.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's also he eats MREs to restore his health, but also that makes his health go down more.
Yeah. Well, it's an RNG. It either makes your health go up or you get
I know.
extremely sick.
You think it's going up, but it's going down.
It ends with you getting hospitalized for a year.
Fuck.
So Cyber Knight would he would have it would be Earth Squire. I don't know. I was trying to think of what the opposite of Cyber would
Paladin.
be.
Yeah.
Earth Paladin, yeah. So it'd be Earth Paladin.
Analog
And
Paladin. That's a good name.
You would definitely Analog Paladin. Yeah, it'd be the Analog Paladin. And you would definitely play a Cyber Knight though, but you would just lose pretty consistently.
Yeah, of course.
Because he has way more money and so many more cards.
Yeah, he's really good at Analog Paladin is a good fucking duelist.
Analog Paladin definitely plays Magic the Gathering and is just like really good at it.
Oh,
and,
I don't think he's good at it.
No, I think he is. I think also he doesn't care about pulling hollows at all. Like if he does, he's like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's nice.
That's cool. Oh, this is pretty cool looking. And puts it away.
All right, that's fine.
That's it.
That's
Oh my
fine.
god.
He goes, that's fine. Okay.
This is acceptable.
That's nice.
I pulled a Black Lotus. All right.
Oh, nice.
Okay. he every pull he just says, okay.
Oh, nice.
Fair enough. Huh? Absolutely. And yeah, you'd play a Cyber Knight, but it would just be like the fucking fight against Ridley in Super Metroid where you just lose.
So I've kind of lost track of the prompt because I keep thinking about our good friend Custom Grow 420, the weed YouTuber,
Friend
and
of the
like
show.
what's the opposite of all of that? And I was like, yeah, what's like a straight edge kind of personality? And I realized like, oh, this is a person that's like here in Seattle with me, someone who like grew up with me. And Custom Grow 420 literally looks like everyone I ever grew up with. And so it just hit me as like, I know exactly what the opposite of Custom Grow 420 is, and it's Chris Pratt.
See,
so now,
God.
because he was also from my alma mater, who he is the most straight edge, like Christian kind of like weird dude, and I just have this idea in my head of like a sitcom of them together where they just like hate each other, but they're brothers, and like Chris Pratt's trying to support his weed YouTuber brother, and has no idea how to, even though like obviously Custom Grow 420 is actually successful at what he does.
Yeah, extremely so, by the way.
Extremely so.
See, I thought Custom Grow 420's opposite was the soda reviewer guy that tastes it like wine and spits it into a bucket.
Oh, why did you remind me of that? We haven't watched that
I
one.
can't remember. I can't forget it.
Oh my god! I remember y'all showed me that dude, and I immediately wanted to die for real. That was horrible. Anyways, the opposite of Custom Grow 420 is Jesus.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go. Next question.
Yep.
All right. Let's see here. Anonymous asks, and this just loops around to what we were talking about at the beginning of the episode. Do you think Chumley was actually good at making grilled cheese sandwiches?
No, did you see that? He's not good at shit, dude. He can't do anything for himself.
He lost both duels he was in.
Y'all keep talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX character Chumley, but I keep thinking of the Pawn Stars guy.
Okay, well, you can think it's him. Do you think he's good at grilled cheese sandwiches?
Yeah, I think he could make a mean grilled cheese.
Both of these guys have to order frozen grilled cheeses off of like Amazon and get it delivered in, and they just microwave it, and that's where they get the grilled cheese.
Ooh, that you dealt psychic damage to me. What you just did there was like a sharp pain directly into my brain.
God. All right. Let's see here. Anonymous just wants to drag me here. Has John's forecast on the potential addition of Sans Undertale to Smash Brothers has that changed because of the gaps between Nintendo Directs? If you have a problem with me, you can talk to me privately. I never said Sans would be in, but you're just trying to start shit, and you know what? I can see it.
Maybe they were implying that because you didn't say Sans was in. Maybe they're implying they think because of the gaps in Nintendo Direct, Sans will be in.
I think they're just trying to start shit. This is a shit-stirring ask, and I can see it.
We see you, Anonymous.
Yeah, Anonymous, you come out of the shadows and you challenge me 1-on-1.
We found John's opposite that he has to duel.
Yeah, there we go. We found Nahaj.
Nahaj, the Smash Bros. Skeptic.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Alright, let's see here. Shulis asked, which Smash Bros. Characters feel the worst when fighting Isabelle?
Oh boy. Villager thinks it's playing.
No, yeah.
Duck Hunt Dog.
I can see him. I can see him being incredibly not understanding empathy.
They're dogs.
I don't know. Whenever I think about Duck Hunt Dog like fighting Isabelle, I just think about how my dogs fight, and that's usually just them like leaning up against each other and then barking and then like kind of biting each other, but not like enough to actually hurt each other.
Aww.
And then just doing that like 3 times, and then one of them ends up humping the other one for like a second, and then that's it.
That's dogs. That's dogs.
So yeah, that's how they fight normally. Isabelle and Duck Hunt.
I think it's Snake. Snake. I mean,
Snake,
Snake's a
yeah.
dog lover. Snake has
yeah.
like 20 dogs.
He does. Yeah, he has a husky. He's a musher.
Yeah.
I think male Robin feels the worst about it because like he wants to enter her DMs really hard.
Oh man. Why'd you
do that?
You really had me there in the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
Just look at it. Look at him.
I know. He's horny.
Some Robin fans are gonna be in your DMs.
Yeah, you're gonna
pissed
get
as fuck.
You're gonna get got, dude.
Girl Robin
you're gonna get
is just as thirsty, but she's cool about it.
Okay.
We're gonna get some emails.
Good.
Yeah.
So I'm just imagining Isabelle's shield is broken, and like Snake is right there holding the forward smash with the like big rocket launcher straight at Isabella, and just like I can't do it. I can't pull the trigger.
I can't do it. Oh man, it's just the scene from Metal Gear Solid 1 where he can't shoot Gray Fox. No, I can't do it. No, I can't do it.
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
She's got bells in her hair. It's so cute. Ugh.
This dog is so perfect.
Ugh. All right. Let's see here. All right, we got 2 more here that I'm going to ask. The first one, the first of the last ones, is from Curl Factor, who just says thank you, and that is true. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thankos.
Thankos, yeah. And finally, the last question. Again, if you want to send in questions, it's videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. Also, you can tweet them at us with the hashtag AskVGCC. Wormghoul asks, in your opinion, what separates Travis Touchdown from other unlikable protagonists like the guy from Y2K?
Sorry, what game?
Yick?
Oh, Yick. Oh,
yeah.
Yick. Okay.
Yick.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
So, for
Charisma.
me...
Whoa.
Yeah, like, Travis Touchdown is a fun character. He is absolutely a piece of shit, and I feel like the game does not beat around the bush about that. Like, he's a fucking pervert. He's a complete scumbag. He has he doesn't care about anyone except for himself at the beginning of the game. And then also, as the games go on, he does sort of find a moral code, and that is like the main thrust of the game. And while it's not like a good moral code, it's an interesting one. And the game isn't really like about him becoming a better person. Right. It's just more a story about him. Mm-hmm. And I think that's definitely like it's more just about what that game sets out to do and what that game sets out to create a character about. And Yeek is more about... It's 100% about trying to write this redemption arc for this character, and it doesn't work, and the game is bad in other ways, and that is the difference. It's just... It's the quality of the writing, it's the quality of the character, and, like... You know, like... I feel like you'd want to... I don't think everyone would want to do this, but, like, you'd want to hang out with Travis Touchdown once, you know, like you might want to see what Yeah, you might want to see what's going on once. Like, after that first time, you would be done. You'd never want to talk to him ever again. You'd be like, yeah, fuck that guy. But there was a moment where you're like, maybe I'd want to hang out with him. Y2K guy, he would show up to your party and he would just start asking where the fucking pale ale is. He'd start complaining about the music choices. He'd end up shitting in your, like, he'd end up no, that's the thing. He'd end up passed out in your bathtub, and he wouldn't get out when it's time for you to go to work the next morning. Travis Touchdown would probably shit in your bathroom, but he would absolutely try to clean it up. And that is the difference.
Yeah. The thing to me is, as I understand No More Heroes, is that the games themselves, like you said, are not about commenting on how Travis is a bad person, but like Travis being a bad person is definitely a running theme, and it explores that in interesting and like more often than not comedic ways. But the game, but Y2K itself is aspiring to be this broad redemption story for people like this guy, but it never pans out because the redemption that he finds is one that undercuts the emotional growth of a lot of like women specifically. It is one that is very forced and doesn't quite land in the way that it's supposed to. Travis Touchdown, sort of as an opposite to that, is he does have growth. He does change as a character over time, but the ways in which he changes are much more they're much more noticeable in that the ways in the ways he stays the same as well. You can see him growing as a character and trying to be a better person in the weird distorted view that he sees being a better person is. But it's but you see it mainly because his personality is so overpowering right from the start. And he's you're right too. He's charming and likable and he's fun, but also he fucking sucks.
Yeah, and you also have to take it in the context of the world of No More Heroes.
Right.
Everyone's trying to kill each other in that world. Him being a murderous piece of shit is that's just how everyone is. He's a bad person just because of the way that he treats people morally, and just other parts of him are the bad parts of him in the context of the world of No More Heroes and the pseudoverse, basically, because it's all connected now.
Yeah. And the world of Yik, comparatively, is incredibly self-centered on this person and trying to make them grow in a way that's very hackneyed.
I really love Wormgoal's question so much on this because I think this is a perfect case study. These two characters,
right?
One's an introvert and the other's an extrovert. One solves their problems internally. I think Travis Touchdown is very much I can solve this myself, while the other character solves their problems externally by having other people help them carry the emotional labor of their problems. Right. I think those are the two really big differences that change how the narrative arc looks. And I think the biggest part is you're talking about redemption. You're talking about redemption arcs. And Travis Touchdown he doesn't find his redemption by being a better person. Because at the end of his games, he's usually in a place that sucks. Yeah. Maybe even worse than he started. He never
gets redeemed. He doesn't get redeemed.
Right. Yeah. But he doesn't do it for redemption either. He doesn't become a better person driven to be better. He finds his own goodness by just because he thinks he learns in and of itself that it is important to be a better person for the people that are around him that he cares about. And the end goal of that, there's nothing in the game that says oh, you're now a much better person and so you win. It's no, you are a much better person. Now you're the top of the killer list and now everyone wants to kill you.
Right.
That's not, it's very different how that's portrayed. And I think that's probably the most interesting part of the Travis Touchdown story is this character doesn't get redemption. He doesn't deserve redemption.
Just for context, I think the thing we are failing to mention here is that the reason this stuff is coming up is because the Y2K developer put out a statement or was like, I believe it was being interviewed, and this quote like came from him, that he said that like he was deliberately trying to make a game with an unlikable character, and that because people didn't like his game, maybe they just don't want to see games as art right now. I'm paraphrasing, but it's like a very shitty thing to say.
Yikes.
And the like
Yeeks.
Yikes. Yikes.
Nice.
The thing about this is like there's a shitload of games that have really deliberately unlikable protagonists that are super effective. Like Spec Ops: The Line's main character is like a horrible person very deliberately, and the game is
literally a war criminal.
Yeah, he's literally a war criminal, and the game is about criticizing that, like examining what that means and how that relates to like gaming as a whole. Joel in The Last of Us is a horrifying person because he like is incredibly self-centered, and in that sense, like being so selfish, murders a bunch of people for
the time.
largely no reason.
Yeah.
It's so like it's so ridiculous to even try and say that games just aren't evolving because people didn't like your bad game.
It just was like so dismissive that I was like, yeah, you're just admitting you're not Neil Druckmann. You're not the writer of The Last of Us. You're not Walt D. Williams, the fucking writer of Spec Ops, these are some of the best writers. And you're going up against them like with a pop gun, just being super dismissive, like bang, 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 haha, this all sucks because I didn't do well.
And you know, I'm not gonna. There's failures in No More Heroes, obviously.
Oh, totally.
You know, like I'm not gonna defend every single thing in those games, but I do definitely think that like I think when I played those games when I was way younger, I played those games when I was in middle school, and I've probably told this story a couple of times, but like I was dealing with a lot of really bad, like I was dealing with my mental illness in a very poor way. I would flip out, and I was really angry at the world, and I was just pissed, and I was ready to just yell at people and say just weird and awful things because I was so alone and so frustrated at everybody. And I remember playing through those games, and a big, like, especially No More Heroes 2, and why I love that game so much is that game is more about not wanting to take revenge on people and not feeling like realizing that, you know, people may have wronged you, but you know, attacking people that aren't involved in that is not healthy, and that chasing after someone just to get revenge on them is not healthy at all either, and it's much more healthy to live your life and fix your shit and not chase after someone else. And that helped me a lot when I was growing up. Like I'm definitely the person that I am now because I played that game, and it showed me to not be this shut off, angry loser that hates everybody. Like I feel like playing No More Heroes stopped me from being more like Travis Touchdown, and I feel like if someone in that situation, if they played Y2K, I feel like they would just expect other people to help them, and they would be angry if, you know, a bunch of women didn't come through and lift them up, and, you know, they'd be how a lot of guys are these days, where they just want to date a girl who fixes their shit for them, and I think that's the big difference, you know?
Yeah, I know.
That's a good way of putting it.
That's really good, honestly, John. I thank you for sharing that because that's a really good first-hand story.
Yeah, I mean that's why I love No More Heroes as much as I do, and why I'm so excited that Suda's basically saying that they're making a third one, because, you know, I've grown up with that series almost, and I'm ready for what he's got next. I'm a little scared because, you know, I feel like I've had a bad run with some third games, but I don't know. I'll trust Suda.
My hope for that is like it does become a more like critical evaluation of Travis as a character in a lot of like really interesting and nuanced ways.
I would love that. Absolutely. But yeah, I guess that's that. Thanks so much for sending in all your questions, everybody, and thank you all for listening. You three, thank you all for being on. Is there anything y'all want to drop? Any ads?
Sure.
I guess.
I'm Sox Mahoney on Twitter. Wrestling on Air is still on hiatus right now, but we're coming back in May. We're shooting for releasing a new episode on the 11th. That is the current tentative plan. We will be back. Also, listen to The Root on Patreon.
Oh shit! Listen to The Root on Patreon.
Patreon.com/VGCC.
Yeah. If you want to sign up for our Patreon, that's at patreon.com/VGCC. $1 will get you our anime podcast, Chuchigatari Unlimited Train Works. The next episode that you will be hearing is the Kill Me Baby episodes. I am very excited about that.
Oh boy.
And also, if you spend $3, you get The Route, which is our tabletop podcast. Scott and Solon, you're both on that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, Zach isn't on it. That's right.
I'm not on it. Not yet.
Yes.
Maybe I'll be a one-off character at some point. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Remember to follow us on Twitter at VGChuchu.
You should let the other two people go.
Oh, damn,
I'm also
you're right.
very excited for Wrestling on Air. You're going to have a new StarCast episode to do soon.
Soon. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm Solon. You can find me at youtube.com/SolonFace. I have also been on hiatus for like 2 weeks, which is literally a year in YouTube time.
That's true.
But I am recording a fun secret project where we're going to play an entire Pokemon game tomorrow. And so we're going to see how that goes.
Not really a secret anymore, but that's okay.
Nope. That's the secret project that we've been working on. We're going to play it live, an entire Nuzlocke in one day. And we're just going to see how it goes.
And I am...
Yep.
And I am back on Twitter after a short hiatus after Jack Dorsey nuked my account. I am back on Twitter at RIP Kaiju. Kaiju is spelled JEW instead of JU. Come follow me because I don't have any followers anymore.
That's a bliss right there.
It is a bliss. No one's in my mentions being a dumb shit.
All right. It's our Twitter is at VGChuchu. Our Tumblr is videogamechuchu.tumblr.com. Come hang out on our Discord server, thegamezone.zone. That is a great place to hang out. We would love to see you. Thanks to Melt Channel /Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to their Melt Channel stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com. And if you want to listen to Magic Circuit, just look it up on Spotify, because that's all there.
Oh, their new EP is really good, by the way.
Yeah, it
Neanders
really
is on
it's
it.
Fantastic
It's
stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
It's very good. And again, reminder, CEO this year, last weekend of June, come see us in Daytona Beach. We're having a panel.
Chooch Live!
Chooch Live.
Gonna drop kick John.
Yeah, we have to do something fighting games or wrestling related, or else we get kicked out. So,
Jabali will kill us if we do not mention fighting games or wrestling. So I am going to drop kick John live and then run a Melty Blood tournament.
Well, you know what? I will just say the good news is that that'll be like right after E3. So if there's a Smash Bros character, I can talk about Smash Bros for an hour and a half.
They said fighting games, John.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. We'll see you next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. So long.